Hello people, thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm here. It's been crazy, so I'm just here. I'm here to put out the content that one of you posted on my comment, and I said, why not, let me just do this, because I know you people are my family. So I know it's cold season. I hope you're keeping yourself warm and safe during these hard times. And I know there's something that is now happening in your houses. I know the food consumption now is increasing because of the cold season. So please don't worry that your children are starting to eat more. It's normal, because now the body needs, our bodies just adapt to the cold season by generating more energy. So it needs more energy to generate the warmth to keep ourselves warm. So today let's talk about children, toddlers and children, preschoolers. So we want to talk about picky eating, like your children will prefer some kind of food to others, and let's differentiate this from behavioral. Behavioral is when your child is throwing tantrums, they're crying all the time, so that's different from picky eating. Picky eaters will prefer a certain food to some foods, and maybe most of the time they prefer the sweets to food, the food that just makes them happy. So what are the causes of this kind of picky eating? So the first one, we are told to wean our children as early as 6 months. So when you're weaning off your child, start off from soft foods to lumpy foods to picky foods, like the foods that can be picked. So once your child starts to know how to pick the food, please let them know. Let them continue picking their food and eating. So if you feed your child like 2 or 3 spoonful of food, now you can let them eat. That way you are stimulating the child to eat like different kinds of food by themselves. So another thing is when we try and cook different foods for a very long time, like there's family food and then there's a toddler's or a child food. That way a child may think that you're eating a different kind of food, and that behavior now generates picky eating. Now they refuse to eat, they throw tantrums, you know. So we are supposed to assimilate our children into family food and create a good environment for them to eat. Like or the TV should be off. Then you should feed your child during family meals, as compared to taking your child to the bedroom and starting to feed them, and then the other family are in the dining room eating. So that also creates a picky eating habit, because they think the family is eating a different food, and you're forcing them to eat a different food altogether. So another thing is when you bribe or when you force your child to eat. You eat this, I will give you this. Now that behavior, now it will create a bad habit in food. Like you're forcing a child to eat food, so it creates like a bad how can I call it? Like it's a bad thing to eat, because now every time the child wants to eat, they're being forced to eat. So that way the child would create a defense mechanism of saying, no, I don't want to eat unless you give me this. So let's not provide bribery to the children, like if you eat this, I will give you this. So that way, you see, as the child continues picky eating, it creates lifestyle now consequences. Like now, if they're not eating, the parents now will be worried the child has not eaten. So what happens is you will be forced to give your child whatever they want, And that way, now maybe they want junk food. So every time, maybe you have to give them chips, you have to give them candies. So what happens? They tend to have more energy than they need, and this causes childhood obesity or overweight in that matter. And sometimes it goes into different nutrient deficiencies. So this way, we are supposed to assimilate our children into the family meals as early as they can be able to eat with us. So even I know most parents, maybe they're busy, they go to work from morning to evening. So sometimes let your house manager feed the child when you're there so that you know what they are doing while you're away. So that when you're home, don't just take your child and feed. No, watch them, feed the child, how they feed the child, how they communicate with the child, what kind of foods do they put to the child. And during that time, do they also eat with other grown children? Yeah. So those are the things that we are supposed to see. We are supposed to see our children grow and how they're being fed, what is their preference. Sometimes children start out picking out like how food is made. Some will prefer dry food to stewed food. So what does your child prefer? Get to know the taste of your child so that when you're preparing the meals, you put into consideration what is their preferred. Because if they prefer dry food than than stewed food, at least it's still the same food, but they will eat it when it is dry. Some children just don't like soup.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, comment, and share, and be on the lookout for my next video on how to deal with picky eaters. Go to my Facebook page, to my Instagram page, please like and follow me for more videos to come.